Welcome, everybody. It is Tuesday, and you have just tuned in to Real Laughs on 104.1. I am your humble host, Mr. James Young. I am joined in studio with a bunch of funny comedians. As always, I'm with Miguel Colon Jr.
What's up, everybody?
We have our new additions to Real Laugh. We have Mr. Mike Herlihy.
Hello, hello.
All right, and we got the godfather of Orlando comedy himself, Mr. Ken Miller's in the house. And he is drinking what we believe to be Kool-Aid of some sort.
Yes,
this Kool-Aid. This white grape Ciroc with cranberry juice.
Boy, ever since you moved into a gated community, you forgot your roots.
Man, you got so bougie since the quarantine.
I
think you was out.
Yo, my neighbors come by every day. Like, oh my God, you're barbecuing today? I feed my neighbors, bro? Like, what is wrong with me?
I don't know.
I cut my neighbor's grass yesterday.
Why?
Yeah, man, I cut my grass. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and cut his because I don't want to, because mine is cut nice and his wasn't. So I went ahead and cut his grass. I don't know what the hell wrong with me.
They're gonna start expecting stuff from you. They're gonna be like, a little more tea, Kenneth. A little more tea.
Ken, you put the H in HOA, bro. You really did.
Yeah.
What you mean, like ho?
No, house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
I see what you said. You called me a house tiger.
You know
uppity house tiger.
You know that guy's bragging too. He's like, you see the black kid I got mowing my lawn and cooking for me nowadays.
And you know when they tell the story, when Ken tells the story, he's like, my neighbors saw me and they were like, hey Ken, can I get some barbecue? And Ken was like, sure. When they tell the story, they're like, I came up to him. He's like, oh, y'all's gotta have some of my barbecue.
You gotta have some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue.
He was tap dancing with watermelon shoes on.
He did. And he sang us a song like Uncle Remus. It was great.
They're like, Kenneth's one of the good ones, and he's dark. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah,
all right. Enough about Ken. We got a very special guest today.
We do have a very special guest, somebody that I have respected and loved for a lot of years. This guy, when I started my comedy career, when I was still just emceeing and featuring, this guy took me on the road. He took me under his wing, and he showed me the ins and outs of how to be funny. And this guy's a legend in the Orlando comedy scene. I would like to welcome Mr. Ron Feingold to Real Life.
Hey,
Thank you.
Straight from the Diamond District.
Welcome, everybody.
Thank you, boy.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. And congrats to Mike and Ken. That's awesome, you guys. It's great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, man, it's good to have you here, man.
Yeah.
Now, Ron, tell us, well, you live a different kind of life than us. Like when we get bored in the quarantine, we watch a little Netflix, we may call a friend, but you go out to your lake, get in your boat, get in your plane, might fly for a quick 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Your life's a little different. How you been keeping busy during the quarantine?
I've been doing that, but I've actually been keeping busy with starting a business. I think you know me by now. When things happen, I adjust. So
it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had to, make something because I really think that, not to get serious right away, but I really think that we're going to have a change of venue for a long period of time. For those of us that don't have other jobs or something else going on, I wanted to find some kind of venue and some kind of portal or outlet or venue for us to have somewhere. Comedians or gig workers.
And you're talking about comedians, entertainers, people that make their living by, having people gather and watch us do what we do. And you think that's not going to come back for a while?
I don't think so. I think people are going to be paranoid for a good 3 or 4 months as far as getting together in a good amount of people together, more than 50, more than 100, more than 200. I think that's going to be months away. And then I think we're going to have a resurgence because I think people are opening up too early. That's my own opinion. So I think we're going to have issues during the summer, and it's going to delay things even more because some states are stupid about it. But that being said, and
whoa. Don't you talk about Georgia, okay? Son of a bitch.
Listen, Ron, you're already probably not welcome in most parts of Georgia. Don't start problems now.
I got an Alabama flag right there behind me too. You can't really see
just
it.
So the cops will leave you alone.
But so I came up with something called Laugh Link, which is a way of connecting with entertainers online. And let me make this caveat really clear first of all before I say anything. I don't think stand-up comedy works on this format. I don't think stand-up comedy and guys doing comedy in their living rooms or in their backyards is working on this format. It's two-dimensional. It doesn't work. However, people can't connect online. And there's some games that can be done and connections and different kinds of activities that can be done in this way with business meetings or one-on-one or online gatherings of friends. So that can be facilitated by a comedian or a singer or a magician or anything. So I created something called laughlink.org. And it's a portal. It's an online directory of entertainers. And a few of you on the show are on it. And we're launching it today on Tuesday, which is today, right? And so we launched it online, got it done in record time in like a week and a half. We have 25 entertainers initially and trying to get more on there. It's a very simple membership of $25 a month. You can upload your own profile. That'll be in about a week or so. But we put all your information up there in these beautiful profiles. People can get a hold of the entertainers directly, and they set up a 15 or 30-minute link call. It's called a Laugh Link connection call. And we do it with either Zoom or WebEx, whatever you want to connect with. So what we do.
Ron, I just
Ken got the Rona. Ken got the Rona. I just saw him call. Get him off. Get him off, Mike. Get him off, Mike.
I thought you could hear the cough. I thought I muted it.
I saw you. I saw the cough movement. Remember you? Ken got the Rona. I'm out. Here we go.
No,
okay.
I was just gonna ask though, Ron, when we do these sessions with people, as comedians, is this one of those things where we're clothed?
Yeah. Oh, well, you want to make sure that you get all that squared.
This ain't like Cam Soda. Like this is real up and up.
And you can make your own payment arrangements. You can make your own arrangements with your customer. You can do whatever you want. It's your business, and that's the thing. I'm not collecting money from comedians. I'm just making the portal and I'm making the connection. People can get a hold of the comedians by emailing them. The comedian emails them back their payment information and gets them everything that they need as far as payment, what time we're going to do it, and then they send them a Laugh Link connection invitation, and it's only $50 for 15 minutes with an entertainer, and then that's for 5 people, up to 5 people, and then every person you add after that is $10. Or if you do a half an hour session with a comedian or a singer or a magician, it's $100, and then it's $10 per person after 10 people. So we've set it all up, and we got it started out. We're gonna see how it goes.
I think Ron's pulling the wool over our eyes. He's gonna be like Jerry Heller at NWA. He's like, yeah, man, you good, Miguel, you good. Just sign right here. And I'm like, cool. And then I'm like, what are these jokes? These are the jokes you do now, boy. These are the jokes you do.
Yo, I'm gonna be Easy in his backyard with my gun.
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta kill this dude, son.
I'm gonna be the Russell Simmons of this, man. I'm gonna be the Russell Simmons. Like, come on, man, you're gonna be the biggest comedy in show business, man.
There you go.
But I'm not looking out to make a big, $1 million out of this thing. I'm not even trying to replace bookers or anything like that. I'm just trying to make a portal where people can get a hold of people, where we can entertain and make some money from home, because I think we're going to be home for a long time. So, we've made these little profile boxes. Everybody has put out their profiles on social media at the same time at 11 a.m. this morning. Everybody put out their social media profiles, and we're just waiting for things to, materialize. So it's called laughlink.org, and I'm proud of it. And that's the other thing, is we can make some games. That's the other thing we do is we've made some games. It just, like you were saying, James, we have people in their houses that can go in and find the most interesting item in your house, and the person that finds the most interesting thing. If you have 20 or 30 people on a Zoom call, you find some interesting people in there, some interesting things in their houses, So the person that that brings the most interesting item, like what is that show
Scavenger
called?
Hunt?
Or Let's Make a Deal, where you bring little items and stuff. Whoever has something in their purse, it gets a prize or whatever. But other
I'm gonna
games,
set cats up for robberies. I'm gonna be like, show me where you keep your money. Okay. Now show me all the entrances and exits and what they face.
Perfect. I'm glad you're using this to case people's houses. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So. But I've made lists for the comedians of things to talk about and ideas and games to play. And so I've set everybody up to get started, and we'll see how it goes.
Nice, man. Now, what made you think of this, Ron? Just the fact that we can't go anywhere. You're like, man, I know that there's guys out there dying to entertain. And this just gives them an outlet to do it.
It's my nature. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I do this to myself, but it's in my nature. I'm an entrepreneurial spirit, just inside me. I've always been that way. And so But I see a problem, and I want to fix it. And this is a problem. And I see so many of us at home not having any kind of stream of income or any opportunity to make anything. And I think, what can I do? What can we do to make this a brand and organize it in a way where people can come to it easily and utilize it easily and find us easily. And where it's also done in the right way, where guys aren't doing just jokes from their living room. They're actually connecting with people. They're doing Q&A. They're giving advice to people. They're having a one-on-one connection, which I think is really lacking. And that's the thing that I found out. I have a Zoom call next week, or this week, actually. It's in 2 days. And it's a company in Key West, and they've been having training seminars and business meetings online, and it's getting really boring for them, and they want to have more moments of levity. So I'm going in as a shill, as a consultant, and I'm going to tell them everybody needs to clear their schedules for next Monday for their Clorox injections. And so it's going to be me coming in as a shill and then doing some games with the company and doing like, how well do you know the boss, and sending the boss out of the room and asking a person a question. What would the boss say about these 3 questions? Bring the boss in and see what they would say. So we're going to do games like that. We're going to do 4 different sessions for 4 different meetings. And so I think we can spice up meetings as well, and webinars and training sessions too. So it's a connection. It's something that people are lacking right now because they can't go out. So we're providing that connection and facilitating it.
My question is this. Now, Ron, you basically, James said you taught him everything you know in the comedy game, pretty much. That's how James, Ron's one of those guys. So why the hell does he have a plane and boats, and you got 4 kids and minivan? Like, what were you not paying attention to?
James, you got a minivan?
James got the Mazda MPV from the Wu-Tang video.
I do.
All right. Can I? Let me be real about this. The boat was only $10,000. It's not that much. It's no big deal.
Is that it? I'll take 3.
Yeah.
Right. And the plane was less than that. I'm in a partnership with 2 other pilots.
He's like, the plane came with the cocaine. Basically, like, he's like, I was just hanging out. Yeah, I was hanging out in Panama. They're like, you're the pilot? Sit down. Give me a picture of your family. Welcome to the pilot business.
Nice, man.
Feingold, they do jewelry too, I guess.
Feingold. Very good. Trustworthy name.
Buddy.
That's the enemy of Feingold's.
Yo, Ron kept trying to get me to fly with him too. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, bro.
I have walked away from every landing I've ever made. So here's the thing.
You have walked away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't want to be the one that don't walk away. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm just going to slide this Buddy Holly music in. We're going to get started.
Buddy Holly.
You want to listen to some Skinner or what? Gory, what a hell of a way to die.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you.
Ron, really quick. Tell everybody real quick where they can find you, my friend.
Okay, so look on social media because it's all over the place on there. Go to laughlink.org, laughlink.org.
And Mike actually scrolled it for all the people watching this.
Yeah.
Mike.
All right.
Yeah, no problem. I was just gonna say, I mean, Ron Feingold, Ken Miller, James Young, God forbid anything ever happens in a plane accident, that'd be a lot more work for me. That's all. I mean, I'm not sure I could make it to the funerals. I'd be too booked.
Yeah, you be booked up, bro.
Ron, before we go here, real quick, 20 seconds. What are you dying to do once we go back to normal? What's the one thing you've been dying to do you can't right now?
I can't wait to have sex with my wife.
Wait, you need to go outside to do that?
No, I just can't do it. Not even here, man. It's the most
I like your
amazing
style. I like what you're doing. I like.
I've been stuck here and nothing.
You got it. What you got to do is you cut a hole in the mask, Ron.
Don't go anywhere. More inappropriate humor with Real Laughs on 104.1. All right, guys, we are back on Real Laughs on 104.1. Thank everybody for joining us today. I am your host, James John, joined in studio with Mike Herlihy.
Hello.
And Mr. Ken Miller's in the house.
What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, gangsters?
All of that, and a bag of Fritos. Also, we are joined in studio by a good friend of mine, brother that I love from comedy, Mr. Ryan Feingold is in the house. What's up,
Ronald Feingold.
Ronald, all of that. Now, one thing that we have in common besides all being comedians, we all have kids now. And and we all have kids young enough to be going to school, but right now there is no schools open. So every one of us are homeschooling our children. Now, Ron, are you involved in the homeschooling of the Feingold kids?
I am blessed. These kids have done everything on their own. They logged on their own. They never asked me for anything. I helped out with a paper or two, but that was it. My high schooler is done. He got it all done. They gave him all the work, and he got it done in like a week and a half. It's not,
what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What kind of high school kid do you have, man? Jesus, bro.
I don't know what it is, but he's done. He goes to college too. He does a dual enrollment thing. So he did a speech.
So he didn't do dual enrollment. I remember we were talking about that years ago. So he went
because
into
of you. He went, and he hates me for it. But because of you, my son hates me. But that's fine. He has.
He was gonna find a reason on his own. Okay.
But he was so angry at times with this thing because he screwed up. He didn't sign up right this last time. He thought he signed up for the right classes, and then when classes started, he wasn't registered, so he had to take all night classes. So it was horrible. But anyway, He got through it, and he's all registered, ready to go again. He's going to be a sophomore in college when he graduates from high school, which I wish that was available for me. It was amazing.
It is amazing. And I tell people this, I know it's a serious note, but if anyone out there listening, you got kids, do dual enrollment. They get 2 years of college for free. So basically, if they get their AA in high school, they can get their bachelor's for free. Parents, listen to me and do that.
That's $25,000 a year, basically, on average. That's free. So my kid didn't want to go. I'm like, you're going. You're going. That's right. Sorry, but you're going.
Now, Ken, I know you're not teaching your kids right now, but your ex-wife is right now, right?
Yeah. That with my ex-wife. So, we're doing the whole distancing thing. So I talked to him on Snapchat and Facebook Messenger. But my daughter, every day, I'm like, how's school? Fine. I'm like, how's it going? Yeah. Fine. Like, that's all she has. Now, the baby girl, who isn't my kid, she's like mouth almighty. And then today, mom had us doing this, had us doing that. And so my ex-wife was like, look, if this little girl make me do PE with her one more time, I'm gonna choke the hell out of her. So I told her to Facebook message me, and I'll do PE with her because I like a PE. But now my ex-wife is taking care of all that, but we stay in contact with the kids on a daily basis to make sure they're doing good. But Junior working though, Junior at Public, so Junior work like every day, and he's so pissed because he has to work every day.
He mad about that?
Bruh, so he was mad he ain't had no money. Now he making money. Now he mad.
God. What are you gonna do with him?
Kill him.
Okay, don't say it on camera. It's premeditated. Don't do
it's $100,000 life insurance. Y'all help me out. I throw $5,000 each one of them.
Got you. I know a guy. I know a guy. But you know what? The funny thing is, you guys are all pretty smart comics, man. I'm worried about, I know people, we all got friends that are homeschooling their kids who shouldn't be. Nobody's worried about that in Florida. Nobody's like,
dude, actually, I think any parent over the age of 35 shouldn't be homeschooling because our math ain't the same math.
We don't do that core math. We don't do that,
bruh. I told my daughter brought something home. This is like last year. She brought something home, and I was like, look, man, wait till I take you home, and then your mom can help you.
I can't do none of that.
Right. I would text my ex-wife and I'd be like, hey, look, Jazzy got some math homework because I wouldn't take him home till like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and they usually go straight to bed, and she'll be mad at me because now she's up doing homework. I'm like, I ain't know how to carry the one and then put another one under the one that I carry and then add 7 more ones. I don't know what the heck this is. So I just take them home, have them do homework with her.
Yeah, I kind of locked out because my kid's mom, she has a degree in elementary education, but she's been a stay-at-home mom for 7 years now, So the nice thing about it is when this all went down and we were like, well, who's going to help them with homeschooling? I'm like, no. You're the stay-at-home mom. You get the good with the bad. When they're in school, when school's in session and you get to sit here in your pajamas drinking mimosas all day, that's the good. But you know what? Now we've rolled into the bad. So this is your thing. Plus, you're the one with the degree. Let's face it. If they ask me a question, I'm just going to look at them and go, well, you Google it. You're closer to the computer, because that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to get up and Google what you're asking me on the same computer you're on. So I think it's for the benefit of all involved that she just takes care of it. And for the most part, I've been lucky. The kids are really into it. Like, you got to remember, these kids, when I was in school, we had one computer class when I was in 6th grade, and you could go in there and put in a whole bunch of programming to either make a turtle move around on the floor with a marker. Or you could play Oregon Trail. That was your only computer skills, These kids, even though they go to school, at least 1 hour a day, they're on the computer doing stuff anyways. So they're so accustomed to it. Like Ron said, it's so easy for them. They just come in, they go on, they chat with people, they get off, they do their homework assignments. And I really lucked out in that my boys are each other's best friend.
Oh, cool.
So it's not even like I got a single child going, I miss my friends, I want to go outside. Like, I walked in the other day and they were having like an epic Lego battle war where they were just being so creative. I'm like, how do I get in on this? This sounds like a good time.
My career though, because I'm 8 of 11 kids, and me and my brother that's closest to me, we're like 6 months apart, who's actually my cousin, but my brother, but long story. We fought each other until we were like in the 10th grade, and then we became best friends. You think they're going to be best friends forever? You think come 9th grade, they about to be beating each other ass?
Well, my older brother and I are only like a little over a year apart. Like, so and then my younger brother is 8 years younger than me. So he was the baby. So it was, my older brother and I always had to share a room because, we can't put the baby in with you guys. So you guys got to share a room. So it's like when you put rats in a small cage. We fought all the time. All the time. And then when my older brother found out that I would fight back, he started picking on my little brother. So then the big brother and me was like, you can't hit my little brother. So even though he was done fighting me, I'd still have to get in fights to protect my little brother. So my older brother and I, we're now both in our 40s. And I would say in the last 4 years, we actually got to a point where we can be civil with each other. When we see each other, we have just despised each other our entire lives, and that comes from, So I think these kids are well off because I didn't have a third kid to put into the mix. They get along. They're that right age where they can still relate. They love everything that the other one loves. They love Legos. They love Marvel movies, everything else. But they're so far apart that they're not like a year apart where it's like we're competing with each other. This one's still young. This one's still a bit older. And I lucked out because my oldest son is the most sweetest, most sensitive kid you'll ever meet. And the younger one's a tyrant. But the older one's so sweet that he lets it slide,
How what's the age difference in your kids, Mike?
3 years. 3 years.
Okay, that's not too long.
No,
it'll be better when they get older, I think.
Yeah, and see, Junior's like, when it comes to his sisters, like he will die for his sisters. Like Junior will kill you over his sisters, and him and Jazia, for some reason, have become inseparable to the point where she is starting to act like Kenny. Now, the baby girl Layla is now like, well, who do I act like? Because she wants to be like her sister, but Jazzy wants to be like Kenny. But they're so tight, which is so crazy because me and my brother and sister, even though we're tight now, but we had a period where, we were 8 to 13 years old, where we beat each other ass. Like that's what we did. We fought each other like every day for like 5 years. It was like World War III. Like a world war lasts about 4 years. For 4 years, we was beating each other up, and then we just stopped.
I remember the first fight, the real fight I got into it in middle school, where someone actually hit me. And I'd always been so scared of getting in a fight. Like, I don't want to get in a fight. But it was just one of those guys that was like every day would walk up behind you, flick your ear, shoved you. It was just that kid on campus that did it to everybody. He was like that jerk. And he just caught me on a bad day. So I turned around and punched him. I was like, oh no. And then he got mad and he went to punch me. And when he punched me, he hit me. And I was just stunned for a second because I realized that's it. My brother hits me harder than that and has for years. I have never been in a fight with anyone in my life that hurt more than the fights I had at home with my brother. And once you realize, like, holy shit, you guys are all wimps, you're more likely to get into fights.
There you go. Yeah, well, I remember the first time I fought my sister. He whooped my ass. Yes, she did.
Yeah, my sisters can fight, bro. My sister, Man, I will fight Mike Tyson before I fight my sisters.
That's right.
You ever hit your sister's back, or did you do the just grab hands and try and stay away?
No, I was getting my ass beat too bad. What? No,
Yeah,
I couldn't get no punch in, bro. My sisters is gangsters, bro. Like my neighborhood was more scared of my sisters than my brothers.
Yeah.
Wow. My oldest son is such a sweet kid. I love him. You tell him to do something once, he goes and does it. He does stuff without asking. The other one, he's 6 now, but since he was 3, I started noticing he mocks me. Like, I'll tell him to do something, and I'll see him when he thinks I turned away. He'll roll his eyes at me. He'll be like I can't deal with it. He's
that's 100% you, Mike. What are you talking about? Like,
I get it. I just don't like it.
I have 2 boys in my house, 17 and 13. There's a big age difference. One of them is 180 pounds and one is 110 pounds. They're both boys, but one's a football player, one's a cheerleader. He's been a cheerleader since he was 5. So he's been getting bullied his whole life because he's a cheerleader. So his big brothers had to stick up for him the whole time. But the great thing is, my boy has got the youngest one, the cheerleader's got a witty mouth, you know. So when somebody bullies him, like he had one bully, he was like, kind of an overweight kid. He's a big bone kid. And he goes, only girls are cheerleaders, man. Only girls are cheerleaders. He goes, well, I thought only girls had boobs. My boy.
Nicely done.
He did so good. So
I would take my kid snapping, being a great snapper than a great fighter. I don't know what it is. I would rather have my kid to be quick-witted than be a good fighter, bro.
You know why? A bruise will heal and go away, but an emotional bruise, you ain't going.
I would so much rather make you feel bad than hurt your body.
100%.
I would rather you go to sleep with me on your brain.
Yes.
I guarantee the fat kid your son said that to, 20 years from now, he's going to end up on some show talking about how he was bullied when he was in high school. He's like, this very athletic man came up to me and I had boobs like a woman and it's ruined my whole life. Like, they only give half the story, you know?
No, we have a rule in this house. There is no hitting. There is no hitting. Since day one, there is no hitting in this house. None.
Yeah. But you have a liberal rule on the N-word, which I like.
Yeah. I've never spanked my kids. I've never hit my kids. Exactly. In fact, when my kids roughhouse, if the oldest one accidentally hits the younger one a little too hard when they're roughhousing, the younger one cries. The younger one will cry just out of shock and then stop crying because he's not really hurt. He's just, But the oldest one, I'll have to go talk to him for an hour because he's in tears in another room that he hurt his little brother, And I'm like, I'm raising wusses. I'm raising wusses.
Nah, you're raising good men, bro. You're raising good men.
Yeah, it's just different. I grew up with 2 brothers, and my dad had the mentality of, if you get in a fight, I never want to hear you throw the first punch, but you better throw the last one. Yeah. He had this whole machoism, punch first if you think you're in trouble. And I'm trying to do the exact opposite. I'm trying to just.
Me too. And that's hard coming from where me and Ken come from because it was open season on our ass when we were
Windermere. Windermere was tough, huh?
Yeah, it was crazy.
The main streets of Windermere, bro.
West Side.
Windermere.
No, my mom beat the crap out of me. I don't know. That's why I don't hit my kids is because I know how I feel. I don't beat
all you learn is how not to get caught.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of the segment. Thank you all for joining us today. We'll be right back. More Real Laughs with James Young as your host. Bye-bye. Welcome back, everybody, to Real Laughs. It is still Tuesday, and you are still hanging with us on 104.1. I am your host, Mr. James Young. I am joined in studio by the new and improved Real Laughs cast. We got, of course, Mr. Miguel Colon Jr.
What's up? I'm looking at us right now. We look like the guys who actually sung for a boy band, but they chose other guys for the bodies.
Yeah.
We watched the video, and I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah, we look like All for One, bro.
Yeah, we do. 20 years later.
By the moon and the stars in the sky. All them dudes was there was a lot of like early 90s really whipped bands that were just too. That's why Jodeci killed it, because Jodeci was like, I'ma do you on my car and leave you. And then you had like All for One, and then remember the ones that had the song I almost cried because it was so beautiful. Those dudes. I was like, y'all. Y'all some serious punks. Yeah.
Not Jodeci. Jodeci said, man, your love like crack cocaine. I'm fiending.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jodeci was going to take it.
They were. And the other people joining us today, we have Mr. Mike Hurley, of course.
Hey, who did that song? And If I Ever Fall in Love Again, was that Jodeci?
No, the Shy, baby. Shy.
Let me tell you something. My older brother, who I shared a room with, got dumped by some girl, and he played that every night while we were trying to go to sleep. And he had the single on cassette, so he would have to flip it over, turn it back around. And like, dude, it's no wonder she left you.
And he probably had to fast forward through like the remix that had like steel drums and was upbeat. He's like, I don't want to hear that one.
And of course, we have Mr. Ken Miller in the house with us. Mr. Ken Miller, what's up?
What's up? Hey, and I got my Shy story. So I actually lost my virginity to Shy Comforter. but listen though, this how I can tell you how quick it was. When you go listen to the song, when the dude say "lay down," I was done. That's the first 27 seconds of the song, bro. I'm not you, bro. Every time I hear that song, when he say "lay down," I bust out laughing because I know that's when I bust out laughing.
Like if you went through the lyrics page, it was like the fourth verse.
This song had just started, and I was like, ooh.
And we have another guest on the show today, guy that we all know and love. He is an Orlando legend when it comes to being a stand-up comedian. My brother, Mr. Ron Feingold. What's up, Ron?
I kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit with that 27 seconds.
Ron, stop trying to turn this on.
Ron, how did you lose your virginity, sir? Go ahead, share it with the group.
Yeah, and don't give us the guy's name.
His name was Father what?
No, I'm guessing Rabbi. He's like, Saturday's the Sabbath, but there's still some things we can do, Ronald.
Listening audience at home, are you feeling the anti-Semitic vibe coming through that Mexican dude down there? Can you feel it penetrating his skin?
You're the chosen people. Nobody told you what you got chose for, though.
Just saying, you put it in your mouth. It's still kosher.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron.
Bro, y'all so crazy, bro.
I love Ken down there. He's doing something that has nothing to do with this show.
Yeah.
Every now and then he just drops in a black man line like, y'all so crazy, bro. What's up? Or is the chicken here?
Wife ain't feeling good, so I'm texting her, checking up on her.
She's in the other room.
No, she downstairs. I got a 2-story, bro. I keep telling you I'm rich, baby.
Ooh, your AC bill, you killing yourself.
Bro, hey, man, I got money to burn.
Boy, wilding out. Wilding out. He got a dishwasher, too? This man don't care. He don't care.
No. My brothers and them got on me because I use my dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
But
why the hell I have a dishwasher? I ain't washing no more dishes.
To dry the dishes, that. That's what everybody do. You wash your dishes and you just put them in the dishwasher to dry because you're not gonna pay that 75 cents.
I run my dishwasher every night, Playboy. I don't care if it's one glass in there. I run it because I'm damn rich.
There's a lot of black people just heard you say using your dishwasher, and they are mad at you. They thinking to themselves, "Look at this uppity
tiger."
Because they not rich like me, James. I'm drinking out of an improv glass, baby. How rich is that? Huh?
Hey, I'll tell you this much though. When I got my first place, like the first thing I decided was I don't care what it costs. My AC is going to be 68 degrees every day. I don't care. Ken, I grew up sometimes in base housing, and my parents still wouldn't let me put the AC down. And base housing, you don't pay electricity. And they still would be like, don't run that AC like that. And I was like, we don't pay for it. And they're like, don't run that AC like that.
It don't drive you crazy if you do a road trip with a comic, and he's one of those cold-natured people who's like,
you mean Finn? Finn? He's one of those thin people? Yeah.
Oh, no, man. How about girls? Like, if when a girl's, like, always cold, I'm like, man, we could have sex, but we're never going to connect.
Yeah, that stuff don't bother me, bro. I'm rich now, so I got the AC running no matter what. I'll do the dishwasher.
It's not that you're rich, man. It's that your son is working 80 hours a week at Publix, and you're keeping 100% of that paycheck.
Hey, man.
That's what rich people do.
Tomato, baby.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's called It's called trickle down economics.
I will say this. I got nervous because when I redid my lawn, I had to run the sprinklers every night, and I'm like, man, my water bill about to be ridiculous, bro. $118. That was it.
That's it.
That was it. So now I water my neighbor's lawn too. That's how rich I am, baby.
Look, my place, I live downtown. I got a little 2-bedroom, like bungalow style place. It's got no insulation, but it's only like $150 a month. And I crank my AC. The thing about it is, it's just me here. I got a fridge going, an oven I use to cook, and AC basically, So I'm like, cranking.
I got the oven on and ain't cooking nothing, bro.
Yeah. Oh, bro, no, cooking. Yeah, you talking to the wrong man. Yo, cooking. Because the problem is, man, the problem with going out to eat something all the time is, besides the way, I bet you guys have noticed this too during the quarantine. Have you noticed how much waste you make? How much, like, I look at the garbage can, I'm like, I've been home.
Yes.
Why is there so much trash?
Yeah.
Yes.
And but I don't care about water
bottles to go through.
Water bottles, bruh. So I decided I bought a new filter for the fridge, and so after I drink one water bottle, I've been reusing it. But my wife hates the filtered water.
Yeah,
so
she's cause we rich, baby, and you know what I mean. So we got diamonds in our water. Y'all, that ain't even ice. That ain't ice, baby. That's diamonds, baby.
It's the most balling thing you can do to water.
When we moved into
had
this
Hulk
house,
Hogan choke out a pigeon to make this shirt for me, baby.
When we moved into this house, it has a pool. Which what I hate is you got to take care of the pool year round, but you might only use it for like 3 months out of the year. And we go up north for 2 months in the summer. So it's like during the prime months, we're not even using this pool.
You're not even using the pool,
I'm taking care of this puddle all year, and it costs money to do it. But I will say this, since the quarantine, man, the weather's been pretty perfect. We've had a couple of rainy days, but the kids are using the pool every day, and it's awesome. But I don't want to run that pump every day. So I got one of those, old-fashioned Western movie well pumps, and I tell the kids if they want to run the filter, they got to go out there and pump for like 5 hours, then they can hop in.
You did something last week, Mike, like something with your plumbing. Didn't you fix your plumbing? Because you fixed pretty much everything in your house.
I don't want to brag, man, but yeah, I changed out a cartridge on a Moen 420.
Panty dropper.
Here's the thing. When you're in the rat race of life and you're doing like, okay, man, I got to do 8 hours at the studio. I got gigs this weekend. I got to get this done. I got to get this done. You don't have time to sweat the little things. But as soon as my life came to a halt, there was a leaky faucet in the guest bathroom that's been leaking for like 2 months, just enough to be slightly annoying. Not like a steady stream, just like a drip. I was sitting there on the toilet one day, and it was just irking the hell out of me. I realized I got nothing else to do than be pissed at this faucet. So it became like a 2-day project. And then I fixed it finally, and I sat there on the toilet for 20 minutes just enjoying the sound of a not leaking faucet.
Like a man.
I did that.
You your garbage disposal, right?
Yeah, I did the garbage disposal.
But it took you 3 hours.
It took me 3 hours because
he's rich, and rich people take their time.
Too, but I'm tall. I couldn't get in. I couldn't get under the sink.
How did you hold it? How did you hold it underneath?
So I don't laugh at me. So what happened was I had something holding it up, and it slipped. And it was a glass container underneath it, and it busted the glass that had water in it from the dirty sink that splashed in my mouth. So I may be Swamp Thing tomorrow.
That's why you have an immunity to the coronavirus.
You got double Ronas now.
Yeah.
If you drank that and you're still alive.
Same thing as you, Mike. I fixed my sink. My sink was stopped up. I fixed my sink. I redid it. I'm going to redo the toilet next week. Like I've had nothing to do, so I've been fixing stuff around the house. We cleaned the garage out, we cleaned the office out. I'm about to get a new fence put in. All the stuff that I couldn't go nowhere to do because I had the money to do it now. Because I'm not eating out. I'm not wasting money on gas.
Tell me you didn't realize how much money you waste on eating out.
Bruh, tell me. And I hate to throw this number out there. Do you understand? Not eating out, not hanging out, not buying a bunch of stuff. We realize we have $1,200 in disposable income that we've just been wasting
a month in your house.
Yes,
well,
a month, bro, on stuff.
Unlike you guys, I don't cook. Like the kids eat the kid stuff, mac and cheese, spaghetti, chicken fingers.
They're gonna live to the ripe age of 26.
Because they eat all the organic stuff because their mom is like a healthy person, and that's what they do. But me, I'm glad to see you guys are selfish staying home. I've been supporting Sonny's Barbecue, Gringos Locos, Panda Express, McDonald's. Like I went out, I did the curbside pickup of Olive Garden last week. And it was amazing, dude. I came home. They did such a good job. I came home. I did that thing where it's like you see in every romance film where the guy buys like to-go food and plates it like he did it himself. Like Olive Garden, dude, they put out good spread for delivery. Yeah. They do it right. Yeah.
I haven't been. Me and my wife haven't eaten out, man. And that was when we were going to talk about the three things. Going out to eat was my third thing. Like I need Chipotle right now. Like I am dying. When this is over, the first place I'm going is to Chipotle.
Are they not?
I will tell you.
Yeah, but my wife, we can't. We don't.
Y'all ain't allowed. So y'all ain't allowed to leave the house. I'm with Hurley though, man. Like when I want to go somewhere, because you rich, but I'm still a man. When I want to go somewhere, I just get to go.
Yeah.
Well, here's where I shine in the house. Like my wife still works at the doctor's office, and I'm home right now. I used to be a chef. So we are eating really good at my house. Like yesterday we had shrimp Alfredo because I've always cooked, man. So right now I'm saving the money I used to spend at a restaurant and making the same food.
Yeah, and we're cooking every day, dude. I've been barbecuing and cooking.
It's funny that what is deemed essential worker spans all the way from doctor and nurses to the guy at the Arby's drive-thru. It's just like,
hey, I'm gonna tell you this. How many times you go see a doctor? How many times you go to Arby's drive-thru? Who's more essential? You go see a doctor when something's wrong. You go see an Arby's drive-thru, all different reasons.
Yep.
But yeah, if we were going to talk about the three things, I would say this: the three things I can't live without. Number one is 100%. I need Chipotle. When I gotta get Chipotle. Number two for me is I need my coworkers back. Because I miss the heck out of going into the office and clowning with them. And I agree with Miguel. I need some social.
Yeah.
I need and when I tell people I don't need comedy, I need the comedians. Yeah. I miss that getting drunk with y'all and clowning. Like this is.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, my kids are a horrible audience. You guys know comedy. My kids. My kids can't write a joke to save them lives.
I thought Mike was gonna be like, my kids are horrible drunks. And I'm like,
no, they're Irish. They do that well.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, man, it's been nothing but fun. Our second show here with the new cast is me, Miguel, Mike Hurley, and Ken Miller, and my very good friend. I love him like he's my brother, Ron Feingold.
Love you, Ron.
Love y'all.
Love you, man.
Take
also
care.
Good.
I appreciate
Guys,
it.
don't forget, we do this Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. to 10. You can catch us on the iHeart app. If you can't listen to us live, we're on Spotify as well as the iTunes. So please, Spotify as well. Forgot that, Spotify. So guys, love you. We will see you guys tomorrow.
He said like an old man. We're on the iTunes and the Spotify and some of the color stations.